Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? It's raining outside, and it is 3:25 a.m. And I don't know how long I'm gonna vlog for because I really wanna watch Molly's game tonight because tomorrow is the live stream. It's really toasty warm in here. Tomorrow is the live stream for the book club for Molly's game, and I'd like to get that done before the live stream, and the movie is 2 hours and 20 minutes. So, but I stay up late anyway, you guys know that. But I'm gonna be using this Huckleberry lip balm tonight that I have from a long time ago. I love this. It's called Chubby Chap. And I love this brand of lip balm. And I found it was in my, like, center console. I used to use this a long time ago. It's really, really nice, and I love the smell of it. It's kind of like, well, I'm sure it's the smell of Huckleberry, which I don't know the smell of, but it's kind of the smell of, like, kind of blueberries a little bit. It's really nice. And it's super smooth lip balm. I think she has, like, an Etsy shop. You can just go online and look up Chubby Chap or, like, Chubby Chap Etsy. But it's really, really nice. So anyway, so I went and watched Molly's game, and I was actually just going through my audiobook library, trying to figure out what book I'm gonna read next. And I was gonna read The House of Impossible Beauties, but it's like 11 or 12 hours, I think. And I get my new John Grisham, the sequel to Camino Island, comes out on Tuesday, and it'll be like Tuesday at midnight. So whatever book I read next, I want to get done before that. And I'm actually averaging listening to a book like in 2 to 3 days now. I finished tonight, earlier tonight before I laid down. I had a really hard time sleeping tonight. My sleep is all over the place, and now, like, I can't even, like, fall asleep to take a nap. I don't know what's going on, and I'm sleeping way late in the afternoon, and I'm not feeling rested when I get up. I'm having crazy dreams all over the place. So I don't know what's going on, but again, my sleep is really, really struggling right now. So anyway, got that whole can of Coke in here. That's why I love these, like, big tumblers like this. I only have 2 of these. I need to order a couple more. But, my sleep is all over the place. So, I mean, I'm sure I'll be up. I want to make sure that I get up in time for the book club tomorrow. I'm, like, truly a little worried that I won't, like, have it all together in time to be online for the book club tomorrow, which isn't even until 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But my sleep is, like, so crazy at this point that I'm having such a hard time falling asleep. When this is done, I'm going to start watching Molly's game, and then as soon as it's over, I'm going to go to bed. But I'm going to watch that tonight, or at least watch some of it. I heard it was pretty good. Mel said it was pretty good, and talked to Mel for a long time today on the phone. And a bunch of other people that I talked to said it was pretty good as well. So Tanya watched it. She really liked it. And Alex and I were going to watch it, and we were going to watch it tonight. But we ended up watching RuPaul's Drag Race. We started it, like, while we were eating. Alex made homemade quesadillas for himself. He put, like, hamburger meat, not hamburger meat, but, like, ground beef in there. And, they looked good, but he was like, do you want me to make you a cheese one? And I was like, no, that's okay. And I made a box of macaroni and cheese. I'd never had this kind of macaroni and cheese before. It was, it looked just like, you know, the box like this of, like, Kraft macaroni and cheese, but it was Cracker Barrel white cheddar brand. It was pretty good, and I put pepper on it and hot sauce. My new thing, because Alex got me started this, is putting hot sauce in the macaroni and cheese. But the thing is, like, he likes a lot of hot sauce on his. He likes hot sauce on everything. The thing is that for me, you have to be real careful. I literally just, like, kind of, like, dot it and then mix it through, because it can completely ruin the taste of the macaroni and cheese. I feel like with hot sauce, I enjoy hot sauce too, but the thing is that, like, I have friends of mine that literally drench their food in hot sauce. Like, Alex puts hot sauce, like, he always has, in, like, almost everything. But I'm like, doesn't everything just taste like hot sauce then? And they're like, no, not at all. And I feel like it kind of does. I feel like, you know, if you put your hot sauce on your eggs and you put hot sauce, you know, on your macaroni and cheese and on this and on that. But I'm also somebody that, like, when I was growing up, I would never have tried something different like that. Like, when I was growing up, I thought it was weird when people put their french fries in ranch dressing. And now, like, that's such a Midwestern thing, by the way. And I am such a huge french fry and ranch dressing person. I also like french fries in my mayonnaise. So I try to, and I like to mix ketchup and mayonnaise together. Sometimes, not always. But as I've gotten older, I've tried to try some different things that perceivably seem gross to me, but then, because sometimes I end up liking them, you know? So I hadn't had hot sauce in my macaroni and cheese, and then Alex was doing it one night, and I was like, when we got the macaroni and cheese from Costco, the big one, and so I was like, I'm gonna try that, which didn't hurt, because I feel like that the macaroni and cheese from Costco is pretty bland anyway. It doesn't really have a whole lot of taste to it. It's not bad, but it's real cheesy and gooey, but it kind of does remind me of, like, homemade mac and cheese. Like, do you know how, like, homemade mac and cheese, like, the old-fashioned way with, like, milk and all that kind of stuff, like, it doesn't have, like, tons of taste to it. I know there's people out there that are like, well, mine has really... There's a lot of those that you make homemade. It tastes very bland to me. Like, I like a very processed cheese, kind of like mac and cheese, if that makes sense. I have gone to, like, really, really fancy restaurants, steakhouses, and got sides of mac and cheese where I'm like, yeah, I would prefer to have a bottle of the Skinny Craft at home. Thank you very much. Like, this isn't any good. So, like, almost mac and cheese for me, it's like almost the cheaper the better. But anyway, so yeah, like, that's my plan. But I wanted to pick some kind of book to read. Now, Valerie just texted me. She said, good morning, sunshine. She's so funny. Here, I'll text her back. See what she says. Good morning. Vlogging. How are you? I was going through all my audiobooks and I'm like, I don't really know what to read next. And then I was like, well, maybe I'll buy something because I have 2 credits in here. And I was like, no, that's stupid. What is this? This is another, I think this was, I think this was one of Grady Hendrix's first books. It's called Horror Store. Something strange is happening at the Orsk Furniture Superstore in Cleveland. Every morning, employees arrive to find broken, jarring wardrobe, shattered Bruca glassware, and vandalized lip-rip sofa beds. Clearly, someone or something is up to no good. To unravel the mystery, 5 young employees volunteer for a long dusk till dawn shift and encounter horrors that defy imagination. Along the way, author Grady Hendrix infuses sly social commentary on the nature of work in the new 21st century economy. A traditional haunted house story in a contemporary setting and full of current fears, Horror Store delivers a high-concept premise and a unique style. It came out in 2014, and it got 4 stars from most people. See the reviews. Let's see what the reviews say. This book was fantastic. I was never bored, always engaged. Scary scenes were really good. Apparently the store's supposed to be like IKEA. Somebody compared it to IKEA. Unique story with some insightful moments. Bad narration when it wasn't robotic. It was boring. Red commas like periods. Someone said I really, really wanted to like this book. A great premise which floundered in execution. It tries its best, but it never gets beyond the initial elevator pitch of a haunted IKEA. I really wanted to like this one. After reading the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, I had high hopes because I love that one so much. There were moments, many, that I found enjoyable, but the overall story just didn't hold water for me. This book felt a bit like the author was trying to find their way. Dark and hilarious, great horror novel. Not only was it truly scary, the writing was also excellent. It had touches of sarcasm and humor. When will there be a sequel? I know I'd like this book as soon as I saw it. I really want to, so I finished the Southern Book Club's guide to, I need to turn this light off, it's not doing me any favors tonight, and I don't look great anyway. I finished the Southern Book Club's guide to slaying vampires. It was so good, I gave it 5 stars. It's absolutely incredible. I will tell you it is scary, and at the end, it is very vividly graphic. If you have, like, issues with, like, stuff like that, it's violent at the end, and there are some other parts in there that are kind of violent, but it was scary. Like, I didn't expect it to be that. I thought it would be very tongue-in-cheek, and I kind of had forgotten that's how it was so well built up that by the time you got to, like, the core of the story, like, you loved the characters already, and especially the main character, Patricia. It was just really, really well done. I have another book of his called We Sold Our Souls, but I wanted to see what other books he has. Grady Hendrix. We Sold Our Souls, Horror Story, Paperbacks from Hell, and Best Kept Secrets. What's Paperbacks from Hell? Let's see what that is. It's 2 different people. Oh no, it's more like a narration thing. I'm thinking about getting this horror store thing. We'll see. I mean, it's really short. It's like 6 hours and something. I'll have that done easily. I'm just gonna get it. I just got it. I mean, I'll be done with it in a couple hours because I listened to it at 2 times speed, so it'll take me 3 hours to listen to it. So, whatever. Oh, it's narrated by Bronson Pinchot. That's funny. So I listened to that last night, and then I watched a couple episodes of Schitt's Creek, and I'm like almost to the end of the 3rd season. I'm kind of sad. Like, I'm trying to slow it down because I don't really want it to end. So I was actually, oh wait, Valerie texted me back. Let's see what she said. She said awake. How awake, I'll say. I was thinking the other day, I can't remember who I was looking at, some author, and I was like, well, I could just, like, read all of their stuff, you know, like, since I'm at home anyway. And then I was like, but I have so many different things that are really, really good in my library. Oh, she's texting me back already. I cut my bangs a little bit tonight. I was, like, really scared to do it, and I did not do a good job. I literally did it in, like, 2 seconds before I came out here. I, like, took them, and I cut them, and then I took my trimmers, and I tried to, like, trim up. It's so bad. I need my haircut. I was thinking about this earlier. So, some things that are going to be number 1 on my list. Superficial things. These are the superficial things. What'd she say? I sleep such weird hours lately. Me too, girl. Some of the things that, like, aren't important to the world, but things that I want to get done when we can go back out and interact with the world is, number 1, get my hair cut. Number 2, and this is a close second, get a pedicure. I need a pedicure like nobody's business. Like, my toenails are trimmed and things like that, but, like, I could just really, like, my feet aren't. I wear sandals all the time, so I usually go and get pedicures, so my feet are really smooth all the time. I bought this pedicure thing, and I have it up there, but I haven't used it again. I haven't used it yet. Oh, she said miss you. I haven't used it yet, and I'm kind of like, I don't know. Well, anyway, I'll use it one of these days when I'm sitting around getting bored. I mean, it's not like my feet are horrible, but, like, I really want a pedicure. There's nothing like walking out of getting a pedicure and having your feet be, like, so smooth. If you get pedicures, you know what I'm talking about. That's a close second. And then getting the dogs groomed. They're not bad yet, and they can probably go another month without being uncomfortable. But Tucker gets really, Boo Radley can handle it, but Tucker gets so furry that he gets really hot in the summer. And so then it becomes kind of like this, he just like pants. He's just like, because he's so hot, and he's getting really, really fuzzy furry right now. So he probably needs to get groomed sooner rather than later. And then, let's see what else. Well, going on a vacation, that's a big one. As soon as, I mean, Alex and I already decided this, because his work is going to probably be stuff he can do from home anyway. As soon as we can start traveling and going somewhere again, we're going to take a trip. And probably just rent an Airbnb somewhere in Florida. We were both talking about that, depending on if we can afford it. But we canceled 2 trips, so if we can keep it underneath like one of those trips, then we should be okay. I just think it would be really good for us to get away. That's the third thing. I don't know what else. I don't really have, you know, it's interesting, I like miss going out to eat, kind of, but like not really, not as much as I thought I would. I really don't miss shopping at all, but I'm like super heavy right now anyway, so I don't really care if I'm going out and buying clothes and all that kind of stuff or whatever. You know, I was looking at my colognes tonight. My Creed is starting to get low because I have been wearing it sometimes around the house, because I'm like, if I take a shower, I want to look nice. I'm like, okay, you know, just for the day. I'm like, I might as well, you know, make myself feel good about myself throughout the day. But I have a lot of other nice colognes too, so I've been kind of like trying to, you know, use them off and on. And none of my colognes are that low that I need cologne. And probably won't anytime soon. So there's nothing that I need. I don't feel this compulsion to like go shopping, you know what I mean? I will tell you what I do miss, is I do miss, like, from my review channel, like going to Ulta and Sephora and just like walking around and looking at stuff, because there's been some kind of like beauty things I thought would be kind of fun to review. And they always have fun stuff anyway. But other than that, I don't, you know, and also like going to Starbucks, I miss that, I really do. I've saved so much money making coffee at home, and I will continue to make coffee at home, but I'm gonna go through Starbucks. Like, I miss going through Starbucks and having my coffee at Starbucks, like I miss that. And there's just something, I don't know, that's enjoyable. Those small, I mean, those are like small things that I really enjoy in my life. And I do miss going out to dinner, but not as much as I honestly thought that I would. And like, Alex and I spend just as much time together now eating dinner at home together as we would like if we were out at a restaurant. Except that, like, when we're out at a restaurant, we have more of a conversation. At home, we tend to just watch TV, you know, more. But during the time that we're, like, getting it ready and putting the food together, we sit in the kitchen and we kind of talk and whatever. But we're talking all throughout the day. So by that point, we're kind of like, it is what it is. Like, if, you know, we're, like, talking or whatever. And the thing is that when he's working a lot and I'm at home working, you know, at the end of the day, I'm ready to, like, shut the computer down and just be like, go, get away from the house for a little while. And he's done with work and like we want to spend some time together, so it's nice to, you know, like go out to a restaurant and just have some time, just he and I. So it will be different when he goes back to work, you know. I'm kind of worried about the dogs a little bit because they've gotten so attached to him being home. Like, they love him being home. Little Boo Radley literally follows him around 24 hours a day. It's so cute. And they're so, I mean, they just like, and they're either like, Boo Radley's either taking a nap with me, or he's laying in bed with Alex, or, you know, they're walking around outside and one of us is watching them, or they're in the kitchen while Alex and I are cooking. I mean, they're with us like 24 hours a day. Like, I'm really, really worried when Alex goes back to work, because it's just going to be me. And, you know, they do follow me around a lot during the day, but I think they're going to be confused as to why he's not there as much. I got really sad last night before I was going to bed about pee-pee. I was laying in bed and I don't know what it was. I started thinking about pee-pee and I just started like bawling, right? I like almost kind of cried myself to sleep last night. I think that's part of why I couldn't sleep. But I just was like, I missed him so deeply last night when I was laying in bed. And I just was like, God, I would do anything just to see that little guy again. I don't know, sometimes when I'm laying in bed, I think like I'm just gonna look down and see his little head pop up with his little ears, you know? He had the cutest little ears. And, I think it's really, really forced me to, like, pay attention to the little details with Boo and Tucker and, like, the little things, because there were so many little things with Pee-Pee, you know, and, like, Boo and Tucker, like, there's so many little nuances or personality traits about them, and I try to notice all of those little things, you know, and, it's hard. It's really hard. So yeah, so I got up today and I made coffee. I'm kind of over my coffee with creamer at this point, which is kind of sad because I really loved it for so long. And I bought all this creamer and now I have all this creamer, but I'm kind of like, it just seems real heavy to me when I drink it in the morning. So, well, in the morning, whatever that is anymore. I don't even know what that is anymore. Morning, it's like late afternoon, who knows. But anyway, I got up at, oh God, I don't even know what time I got up anymore. It was late. And, so I made my coffee. Alex was making like this sandwich thing with like, he's like so proud of himself for cooking. It's so funny. He's like, but it's all kind of like black bean, avocado. I mean, he loves that kind of stuff, right? So he made some kind of like patty thing that he put on like bread today. Like it was like a sandwich, but I don't know how to explain it. But it was kind of like, it was like all mixed together, like black beans and, I mean, it looked good, actually. It was like black beans and, you know, guacamole and pico, and he like mixed it all together, and it was like on this patty, and then he put it on like a hamburger bun. But it wasn't like cooked or anything. It was just like all put, it was, anyway, it looked good. So he was eating that and I was putting it in my vlog, and then I made my coffee and I took a shower, because my hair was literally sticking straight out. And so, because I was like, okay, I'm making videos today. Like, I haven't made any videos for 2 days. Peter, you need to pull it together and make some videos, okay? Like, you have all these videos you want to make, and then at 6 o'clock happens, and you're like, I think I'm just going to listen to my audiobooks today and relax. So I was like, I want to get some stuff done. So I sat down, well, I took a shower, and then I filmed my drama video, which ended up not even being the video that I initially had planned to make for today. And then I filmed, my Peterisms video, and then I did my booktube video, which I was getting uploaded so late tonight that, because by the time that it was uploading, Alex and I were watching RuPaul's Drag Race, and I completely forgot that I was uploading it. I was like, we were like halfway through the show, and I was like, I forgot I was uploading that booktube video. I was like, okay, I'll just post it tomorrow. It's my March wrap-up. I finally did my March wrap-up. And, oh, by the way, as of finishing the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires today, I have read 33 books this year, which I'm very proud of myself for that. I'm ready for Dear Dawn to come in the mail, because I really want to start Dear Dawn, but I guess I don't want to start it till May 1st. I think it's supposed to arrive on May 1st. I don't know. Anyway, I think I said to Mel on the phone when we were looking at it, the date, because she said to me when we were talking, she said, well, it's not supposed to come till May 1st, right? And I was like, yeah, I think maybe I said that to you on the phone, because I ordered it when I was talking to her on the phone. And Dear Dawn is the personal letters of Eileen Wuornos to her best friend, Dawn. Because we're doing the whole month of, so every year for the book club, we do the Summer of Serial Killers. And we're starting in May this year, and in May, we're doing an entire month to Eileen Wuornos, which I'm really excited about. So anyway, and then I was going to do a review video, but I wanted to do this one that like I have to be outside to do, and it was raining by that point. Well, not at like 8 o'clock at night. Like, that was like this afternoon before I was going to like start uploading these videos, and I was going to make it. And I didn't end up doing it though. Then I was kind of like, I think I'm just done for the day. So that was that. sometimes it's interesting, like, sometimes I feel like I could film videos for, like if this was, like, my studio, like, my YouTube studio, you know, I could probably some days, like, film videos for 6 or 8 hours straight, like, seriously. But if, like, Alex wasn't there and he didn't have to sit upstairs in the bedroom for, like, the whole night or whatever, you know? But then there are other days where I, like, get, like, 2 to 3 videos done or what, and I'm like, I'm done. Like, I can't do anymore, right? And I've always believed that, like, if I'm not motivated or inspired to do it for that day, that I shouldn't do it because I think it'll show in the videos. Does that make sense? Like, if I'm just not feeling it for the day, I should take a day and just relax, because then I'll be better the next day. I'll be more creative and more, you know, pumped to do it. So sometimes, like, I'll get down to the end and I'll be like, yeah, I need to do this, and I'll be like, no, I'm not doing it. Like, I'm too tired. Like, sometimes my voice, like, what happens often is, if I get to, like, my 3rd video, and I'll start, like, catching myself, like, stuttering and stuff, because I've been talking for so long, because I do, like, you know, 1-take videos. So I talk for 24, 25 minutes, and then I start losing my voice by, like, the 3rd, you know, video or 4th video sometimes, which I don't know why I don't on my vlog as much, but during the day I do. Not necessarily lose my voice, but I start stuttering and I'm like, you know, like tripping over my words and whatever, and I'm just like, okay, we need to just cool it with the videos for today. Like, that's all we're gonna do. But anyway, so I made those, and oh my gosh. It was a nice day. It was a good day. It was relaxing. And then I listened to, Alex and I watched, then after that, I got those up. He wasn't ready to eat yet. He's watching that What If series. I think he's, like, done with it. He was just, like, or he was on the last episode or something, because he was, like, watching it tonight. I was, like, coming out here, and I said, okay, babe, good night. I said, I can go vlog now, and he said, okay. And he, like, paused the TV show, and I said, did you want to say something else? He goes, no, I'm just I'm waiting for you to walk out so I can start the show up again. I'm like, okay, I wouldn't want to interrupt your show. He started laughing. But he's finishing that What If, and I go, is that with Renee Zellweger? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, so do you like it? He's like, yeah, it's pretty good. He didn't like it at first, but he said it's pretty good now. So anyway, I don't know anything about it. Oh, so he was watching an episode of that, and he wasn't hungry yet or something, I can't remember. How did that happen? Because I was like, let's watch RuPaul's Drag Race. Oh, because I was rendering the booktube video. And I said, let me render this booktube video. I'm going to listen to a little bit of my audiobook. And when we're done, we can watch RuPaul's Drag Race and eat. And he was like, okay. And somehow in that whole process, because I came out and finished well, first I called Tanya, and then I finished this audiobook. And in the process, I completely forgot that I was uploading the booktube video, or that I was rendering it. And so then when I went inside, I was like uploading it. Oh, no. Or did I start uploading it? That's when I started uploading it. And then I completely forgot until we were, like, halfway through RuPaul, and I was like, I was uploading that video. So anyway, so that's when I came out here, and I called Tanya, and then I finished the Grady Hendrix book, The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. It's so good. Finished that, and then I walked inside, and then Alex was cooking when I came inside, and I was like, I just finished another book. He was like, which book did you finish? And I was telling him about it. And thank God for Audible during these times. I'm just, like, loving listening to all these books. But and I also have, like, somebody text me again? No. I also have 2 graphic novels that I'm reading, kind of back and forth, and I haven't started the House of Cards yet, or the House of Leaves yet. I want to wait until Dear Dawn comes to see if, like, it's realistic to read, like, if I can get one of them done before the other. They're both really long, I heard. Who was telling me? Oh, I was talking to Mel today about that House of Leaves book, and she said, do you know that the author is the brother of the singer Poe? And I said, really? I didn't know that. She's like, do you remember the singer Poe? And I was like, oh yeah, she makes, like, the real different kind of weird music. I liked Poe's music back in the day, but I was like, oh, I didn't know that. So did you know that? Anyway, apparently she did a song where he was like reading lines of the book or something from it, is what she told me. Anyway, I don't know. Pretty interesting though, don't you think? And then we watched 2 episodes of RuPaul's Drag Race. They did the regular episode, and then they did a celebrity episode, and then they did Untucked, which is like the after show, or like the kind of in-between show, like the behind the scenes. It's gonna stop, hold on. We watched that last, the after show part. You know, it's interesting because I had a couple friends of mine like text me about the shows last night, and they were like, oh my god, they're so boring, you're gonna hate them. And I was like, really? And I hate when people tell me that. That's why, like, with like reading books and stuff, like I don't get bent out of shape when people are like, oh, this book was nothing like I thought it was gonna be, it was horrible, whatever, because I sometimes end up loving those books or those movies, you know? Other books or movies that other people like I typically, I've only ever in my life probably met like 1 or 2 other people where like everything we like is exactly the same, and they're never who like I would guess them to be, if that makes sense. And so when I find them, like I have this one friend of mine that we're both sober. Every book she has ever recommended to me, I absolutely loved. And so like I try to like hook onto those people and be like, tell me a book to read, right? Because they'll be real honest and be like, oh, this book was horrible, you won't, if I didn't like it, you probably won't like it, you know? But then there's other people that, like Tanya and I have very different opinions about things. Like I can love a movie and she'll hate it. Now some books and things we're very similar on. When it comes to kind of like those Paula Hawkins mysteries, we love those. Any of those like kind of English countryside mysteries, like Tanya and I both love. But like Tanya loves long epic novels, okay? I don't love that stuff. Like she loves those. Oh, I just saw a review for it earlier on Goodreads. What's that one that's real famous? Like All the Things We Could Not See or whatever. She loves those kind of books. She loves those books that are like 700, 800, 900 pages. She tears through them in like 3 days. I don't even know how she does it. The longer the book, the better for Tanya. For me, I like my books to be around 300 pages. That's what I like. I can go to 400, but it's like 600 of this Dear Dawn is going to be real long. Like, that's a commitment, you know? So I don't meet people often that like the same books or movies that I do. What was I going to say? What was I talking about earlier? Oh, RuPaul's Drag Race. So we watched it, and we watched the first episode. I thought it was good. It was like the episode about like the next drag president. I thought it was a good episode. I thought it was really good. And I watched it and I thought, what is everybody talking about? And then we watched the celebrity episode because they're doing this like celebrity RuPaul's Drag Race thing, and it's like 4 episodes or something like that. I thought it was hilarious. Alex and I were absolutely laughing our butts off. And like there was this guy that did like this imitation of Kevin Hart, and he was like spot on Kevin Hart. It was hilarious. And like it just was funny. It was real. I thought it was good. Did I feel like it was kind of out of the norm of what they usually do? Sure, absolutely. But I thought it was good. I thought it was enjoyable. So I didn't really understand what everybody was saying, that it was so horrible. I didn't think it was. I enjoyed it. I liked it. So anyway, we watched that. And then we watched Untucked. And then Alex was like, what are you gonna watch now? And I thought, I'm gonna watch the pillow sheets, or the pillowcase, because I'm gonna go lie down for a little bit is what I'm gonna do. And is there like a purple tint to that? There's not, is there? So anyway, I went and laid down, and I could not fall asleep. And he was in the kitchen like messing around doing something, and I was like, what are you doing down there? And he goes, I'm making tea. And I said, you're making tea? He was like making this sleepy time tea, and he had like 2 of the Keurig things out, but he was like making the tea and then putting the tea in a different glass, and it was like this whole system that he had going on with it. And then he brought in his other case of Cokes, and he was putting them in the refrigerator. He's loving to have everything very organized right now, which this is what I have learned. I like the end result. The process stresses me out. So I just allow him to have his process. Do you know what I mean? And I just allow him to like do his thing, because he's like rearranging like all the drinks in the refrigerator, and you know, like the bottles of water and the Cokes and the Diet Cokes and all kind of stuff. I just let him do it all, and then like he gets really happy like when it is a certain way, which then I'm happy because he's happy. And then I like go in there and I'm like, oh, the refrigerator is completely organized and I love it, right? We were laughing earlier today because it's like, so we're kind of starting to get to the point where there's room in our closet and our refrigerator. But like when this all went down, you know, like I was like making sure that we had enough food to last us forever. And I'm kind of really thankful that I did, honestly, even though I bought so much junk food. But like frozen pizzas, macaroni and cheese, noodles, you know, spaghetti, all kinds of stuff that I bought. Like, especially that first big trip that we went to Costco, it was so smart that we did that, because we didn't have to leave for like 2 weeks. You know, and before that, all the stuff that we had, we didn't have to go anywhere, you know, and it was really nice. God forbid we ever go through this again, which worries me, because, you know, they speculate that might happen down the road. But I feel like if it does, at least I know like how to do things in the future, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna ever stockpile stuff, but I don't think I'll ever have less than like one of those huge things from Costco of toilet paper and paper towels, but we usually always do anyway. But I don't know, maybe keep like one extra in the basement, just to have down there, you know, at all times, in case for some reason we needed toilet paper or paper towels. And then like just making sure that we have like canned food, and some frozen food. And other than that, we're fine. Because like on canned food and frozen food, we could have gotten through 2 weeks completely fine, you know? The Brita water filter thing was genius compared to bottled water. He drinks the vitamin water, but the bottled water that I bought 2 cases of it, is still sitting in our garage. So the vitamin water is in our fridge. But like, and you know, once I figured out how to do the deliveries and things like that, it made it real easy. I don't know, and I think the other thing is to, like, if I ever had to do this again, I think from the get-go, I would make meals and try to eat healthier from the get-go. And not just be like, well, I'm not going to be leaving the house for so long, I can't leave or go anywhere, it doesn't really matter. To be honest with you, like today, I don't care that much, because I have a goal that around May 1st, I'm going to start getting back into shape. So today I'm not that bent out of shape about it, but like I put on a lot of weight, and I feel like the majority of what I have done is comfort eating through this whole thing, which I'm not beating myself up about. It is what it is, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. And like Alex is really enjoying like cooking. Like he's really getting a kick out of it and learning. He looks up things to cook and he's really enjoying it. So, now it'll be interesting to see, like, he has the time to do it right now. When he goes back to work and it's like he doesn't really have that much time, it'll be interesting to see if he sticks to that. I hope he does, because it's something that he's really enjoyed doing, you know? Like he was looking up the other day, like how to like just isolate the egg white from the egg, and he was real excited that he like learned how to do it. You know, I love that he's getting excited, you know, interested in cooking. You know, there have been long periods of time, like when people say to me, you should cook, you would enjoy it. There have been long periods of time when I have cooked, like, you know, I maybe wasn't making full course meals, but I was every night when I was coming home, I was cooking something for dinner, you know, whether it was like making chicken breasts or that were like, you know, just heating them up, or whether it was steamed vegetables or steamed rice or whatever it was, you know, or spaghetti. I used to make all different kinds of pastas back in the day. And I did do it, and when I was single and when I was by myself, it really was cheaper by myself. But I don't I never enjoyed it. Like, I never loved it. I didn't, to be honest with you, I didn't love cleaning up after it. It was like a lot of work to make one dish for a single person, which is why at one point I just started eating like lean cuisines. It's actually how I lost a ton of weight. I think I've talked about this on here several times, but there was a point where I was like eating 3 lean cuisines a day, which is about 900 calories. It's not healthy. But I lost an shit amount of weight. I lost tons of weight. I think I lost like 40 pounds in like a month and a half just eating. This was the Christmas before my mom passed away, and every day I ate the same 3 lean cuisines. It was called basil linguine and basil chicken, I think it was called, and I literally ate the same 3 ones every single day. I loved them, and I would have like 1 for lunch and then 2 for dinner. And that was what I ate literally every single day for like a month and a half, maybe 2 months. Yeah, the first 2 weeks were really, really hard. But then after that, I was kind of like never hungry. And I almost kind of had to like force myself to eat sometimes, I remember. But that wasn't healthy whatsoever. I mean, you need more calories than that to live in a day. I feel like there was something else that I was eating too. I feel like I was eating like maybe like I was making green beans or doing something like that. I can't remember, but I feel like there was something else that I was eating during the day. But that was that. I mean, I'd eat some other lean cuisines. I wouldn't just eat those 3, but those were like primarily the 3 that I was eating like all the time. Okay, I had to change the battery. It died on me, which is not a good thing because the other battery that I have is charging inside, and I really don't want to go in the rain and change it. So this battery still says it's full, but like it'll go from full to like half, just like that. And I don't know how long. This battery is not fully charged, so we'll have to. And now it's going out of focus. Hello. So we'll just have to see. Come on. When I took the camera in last night to upload the vlog, I already had a battery charging, and so I just set the camera down on the counter. And so, like, I had like 1 battery out of the 3 or whatever. I don't know how it was last night, but anyway, I had all 3 batteries like out on the counter, and I charged the one that I was using earlier, but then I used it for my last video, so that's why it wouldn't last all the way through. And then the one in there that's charging right now, and then this one I know is not fully charged, so I have no idea how long it's gonna last. But anyway, to go back to that, yeah, I was eating those lean cuisines, like 3 of them a day. I don't really remember, but anyway, that also was like the point when I changed over and became a vegetarian, was like in the next couple months. But that was like at the time that my mom passed away. So like first I lost the weight, and then losing the weight like inspired me to be a vegetarian at that point. And I became a vegetarian because my mom and I had talked about it so many times, and she had always said that she wanted to be a vegetarian because she loved animals, but she never had become a vegetarian. She never really tried, I don't think. So anyway, I don't really remember when it was or what inspired me around then, but it was just like one day I just started. And I was actually talking to my friend that lived in Denver, the one that I used to almost go, I used to almost move out there to be like near him, because I was like, let's make a major change in my life. Let's move to Denver. I loved it out there. That was after my mom passed away. But anyway, I was talking to him one day on the phone, and this was before my mom passed away. And, because I think I changed. I honestly do not remember. I feel like I became a vegetarian before my mom passed away, but it could have been after. It could have, it was right, it was all around that time period, so I don't remember. Like that whole 6-month period was such a period of like change for me in my life. So sometime in there, I think it was after my mom passed away, I became a vegetarian. And so anyway, I was talking to my friend on the phone, and he had been a vegetarian for years and years and years and years. So he kind of inspired me to be a vegetarian. He was like, you know, just try it, and if, you know, like, you want to do it, do it. And so I did. And that's, there had been another time before that I had been a vegetarian for a period of my life. I was actually thinking about this today, earlier, because I was like, I almost never think anymore about, like, I'd like a cheeseburger or I'd like chicken fingers. Like, I never think that. Never. And I had the weirdest thought, like, this isn't a weird thought, like, necessarily, but I don't know why it was a weird thought to me. I was like, you'll probably be a vegetarian for the rest of your life. Like, I don't know why that was such a weird thought to me, right? Like, isn't that the intention of being a vegetarian, to be a vegetarian for the rest of your life? But it was weird because, like, when I started this, I never thought that. Like, I don't even remember what my last meal was that I had, like, my last meat meal. I don't remember if it was a cheeseburger. I don't remember what it was, right? But, and I don't know why I'm doing the windshield wipers when I'm just sitting here in the rain. It doesn't really matter, does it? I don't remember what my last meat meal was, okay, so to speak. But, and I don't even care, honestly. It's like, do you remember your last drink? Like, the only reason that I remember, when people always talk about their last drink, the only reason I remember my last drink is because that was, like, one of the craziest nights of my entire life, right? I don't necessarily remember everything from it, but a lot of people told me things afterwards. But, and I've already told that story on here, you know, enough, so I don't need to talk about that tonight. But anyway, this last time that I started, which it'll be 3 years in August, if I should make it there, I don't have any clue, like, what my meal was before I became a vegetarian. I just remember saying that on August 1st I was going to start it. And I had, like, watched a couple videos and I had talked about it. And I remember thinking to myself, well, I'll try it for 30 days. If I don't, maybe I won't even make it 30 days. I'm not going to beat myself up about it, right? And then I was like, if I make, and then at the end of 30 days, I was like, well, let's just keep on going and see how you do. You know what I mean? I think at first what was really hard was that, like, especially because I was talking about it on here a lot, that I didn't understand a lot about it. I don't know that I still do. I've learned as I've gone, and I've learned not to beat myself up. I consider myself a vegetarian, but I say that I eat plant-based, and if I make a mistake, I learn from it and I move on. I don't purposely make a mistake, but if I eat something and I find out later that it has, like, meat byproducts in it or whatever, like, I don't ever eat it again, but I don't beat myself up about it either. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm not a vegetarian anymore because I, like, messed up and I had this, or it was cross-contaminated because I went to a restaurant. Like, I'm not that much of a Puritan about it. I do the best that I can do. But when I started it, like, I got really ate up with the fact that I felt like I had a lot of people judging me, and it was really hard. I think to make any major change in your life and be, like, on YouTube is really difficult. It really, really is. Like, I had a lot of people saying to me, like, well, you ate this, you're not a vegetarian, or you ate this, you're not a vegetarian. And I'm like, well, I didn't do it on purpose. Like, I didn't know that, you know? And then, like, I would say, like, I would eat, like, a gummy worm, right? And somebody would say, well, gummy worms have gelatin in it, and gelatin is not vegetarian, so you're not a vegetarian. Because I didn't know, right? And then somebody else would say, you can eat gelatin as a vegetarian. Vegans can't eat gelatin. And then there would be this argument that would occur in my vlog. Do you guys remember this? And I would just be sitting there like, why am I even a vegetarian? Like, there's no point. Like, if people are gonna fight me tooth and nail, not on my intention of being a vegetarian, not on doing the best that I can to eat plant-based, to do a better job at, like, contributing to the environment and to my own health, which I'm not a healthy vegetarian, let's just be for real. I'm not stupid, I know that. You know, my husband jokes and calls me a carbitarian. So, you know, like, but I'm trying to do the best that I can do, and I'm being attacked from all sides. Why do it? That, like, why, like, at least why talk about it in the public forum, you know? And there was a point where I almost was just gonna be like, I'm not gonna talk about it anymore, but I really wanted to share my journey of doing it with people. And then like that whole first year, if you remember, like I really struggled. Like I would like go 2 months and I would be fine. And then like I was talking a lot in vlogs about like, well, I don't know if I'm gonna be a vegetarian anymore. And I don't know how long this is gonna last. And I didn't. And I thought, and I can remember thinking to myself, if I stop being a vegetarian, like people are gonna like really let me have it. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, the haters are gonna come out and they're gonna be like, oh, you said you're, you know what I mean? All this kind of stuff. And I was like, and I was stressed because I was like, I don't know that I can keep this going. And I don't really know what happened. And that wasn't the reason why I was doing it, but it became this weird thing because of like sharing that part of my life, you know, on the vlog. Like it became this weird thing that all of a sudden everybody's perception of me being a vegetarian mattered to me when it shouldn't. I should have been doing it solely for me because I wanted to do it. And that did end up happening. And that somewhere along the lines that happened. And then I remember Alex and I went to, I think it was the Dominican Republic that we went to. It was either Dominican Republic or it was Mexico. Maybe it was, I don't know. But I was so concerned about what I was gonna eat when I got there because I was worried that they weren't gonna have any vegetarian meals. And if you watch the vlog back then, you'll remember this. I talked about it because I was like, well, I don't know. When I get there, I might not be a vegetarian anymore. I might just break it and say, forget it, I'm not gonna do this anymore. I said it, like in my vlogs, you know? And then I got there and I remember the first day we were there, I was so hungry, and we went to this like outside cafe at our hotel, and Alex got like this Philly steak sandwich, and like I was so hungry, and I was like, I can remember being like, I'm just gonna get a cheeseburger. Like I don't care. And Alex is like, you're gonna be really upset with yourself if you get a cheeseburger. He's like, you've worked so hard at this. You've been so committed. He was like, you really believe in this? He was like, you're gonna be really upset. And I remember he talked to the waiter, and the waiter didn't understand what I was saying, and so like Alex spoke to him in Spanish, and I remember he brought me out like this fantastic grilled cheese sandwich, and the rest of the week was easy peasy. Like I had no difficulties at all. And it was kind of like after that, it just really wasn't hard anymore. I never think about it anymore. Like I never think about like, actually, Alex was cooking something. This very rarely happens to me, but this happened to me the other day. Alex was cooking something in the kitchen. He was making hamburgers. And so he had like the hamburger meat out and he had it in a bowl and he was mixing it with like, he had pico in there, some other stuff. He was making like these hamburgers that were like kind of loaded with stuff. And I like looked over and I saw like all the hamburger in this bowl and I almost kind of got a little repulsed. Like that hardly ever happens to me. But I also can't think too much about the process of eating meat, especially when I think about like me having eaten meat in the past. Like if I think about it too much to myself, like I kind of like, I wouldn't say I get queasy, but it kind of grosses me out. So yeah, I don't know that I'll ever, like it's weird to me because I can remember back then saying in the vlogs, like, I don't think I'll be a vegetarian forever. And now I can't imagine, I really cannot imagine at this point what it would take for me to go back to eating the way that I did. I have no desire to do it. Now, I also don't see myself becoming vegan. And a lot of people ask that on a regular basis. No. There are things with veganism that I, at this point, don't know how I could give up. Or I'm not willing to. Let's put it that way. Will that change? It could. I'm more open-minded about being vegan at this point than I am about going back to eating the way that I was before, which is funny that I say, like, I can't imagine. Back in the day, I used to always say, you know, like, oh, I'll never be vegan. I can't say that now. I might be at some point, you know, but I don't ever see myself going back and eating the way that I did before. And to me, it is not just about a diet. To me, it is a lifestyle. And to me, it is, yeah, I heard this quote, I think it was Jenna Marbles. This is what the change came for me, was when I heard Jenna Marbles say something like, I became a vegetarian because I couldn't eat, I looked at my pets and I couldn't eat my pets. And I can't get past that anymore. I cannot get past the fact of that anymore. And so it isn't, I will say that I would think it's about 20% health for me at this point, because I don't eat healthy, and 80% for animal rights. And I know that I could be vegan and do even more. I know that, right? And after also watching the different videos and stuff, realizing like how you remove your carbon footprint from the world by like being a vegetarian is like one way to like minimize that, you know, recycling, doing these things is like, so that, you know, like our children one day have a world. I don't even have children, but I think about that. You know, I think about my nephews. I want them to be able to like swim in the oceans and climb the mountains. I mean, really, as hokey as that sounds, I want them to, you know. It's like we don't believe in that kind of stuff. Like we don't want to believe. The battery just went half down. Damn it. I was praying that this was a little bit more charged than that. If I have to run aside and get the battery, I will. But, you know, we don't really want to, I think, including myself, believe that we live in a world where, like, our factories of manufacturing food and all this kind of stuff, that they affect, like, the world around us. Like, we don't want to think that way, right? But then you see like what's happening now with people like not working and factories not working and all this kind of stuff, and like the canals in Venice like clearing up and dolphins and fish swimming in there again, right? Or like people being able to see the sky for the first time in like Tokyo and things. And you think about that and it's like, we don't really realize what we're doing to the world. And I'm not saying that I'm going to become some granola eating hippy dippy like I was when I was 20 years old, but I might. That seems real appealing to me these days, you know? The more I think about the world and the more I think about all this kind of stuff, it's like, I think there is something very appealing to me about all of that. And the more I have gotten focused, I never thought like I would be the person that would like enjoy nature. Like I never thought that. But I think if I wasn't so heavy and I was more in shape, like I would really enjoy hiking. I really, really do. Now I wouldn't enjoy camping, like, because I'm scared to death to be outside at night and I just don't like all that anyway. But I really think that I would enjoy camping, or hiking and going hiking places. I think I would enjoy like, I don't know. I can see myself, I feel very connected with the world around me right now. And I feel like going into 48, you know, I'm like 2 months away from 48. I'm like almost exactly 2 months away from 48. I feel like going into like the 2 years prior to 48 have been me kind of working on myself, past, present, and who I want to be going forward. And really trying to figure out spiritually who I am a little bit more, and really taking a look at the things of who I was and who I want to be and working on those issues. I feel like the last 2 years has been a lot about inventory and focusing on all that kind of stuff and being the better person and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I feel like 48 to 50 for me is going to be like this period of, I love the word renaissance, I do, but I just feel like it's going to be a very creative, very life-changing period for me in a positive way, where, you know, like, I get in great shape. I'm putting this out there, I'm going to manifest this. I'm getting great shape. I travel a lot to some really, really cool places. Hopefully we can get out of all this. You know, I become even more creative than I've been and write more and try some other kinds of things, and I don't know, and like maybe me like even eating more whole earth and being outside in nature will get me to that point. Like it seems desirable to me in a way that it never did before. You know what I mean? I seem very, like, I feel very, like, at peace in my head. I don't know how to explain that. And that, like, at peace in my head, as much as I love, like, macaroni and cheese, like I had tonight, right? Or pizza rolls and all that kind of stuff. Like, who I feel like I am moving towards over here doesn't align with that. I don't know if that makes any sense. If you relate to that statement, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But it's like, I almost feel like I'm going through, like, you know, like when it's, the, you know, what is it? The caterpillar changes into like the butterfly kind of thing. What's that called? I can't think of the words. It's just a crow or whatever. But you know, like when it like blooms and becomes this other thing. Like I feel like I'm evolving. Like I feel like we're always evolving into something. This has gotten to be a real weird conversation tonight. But I feel like we're always evolving into something, each and every single one of us. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like who I see myself being 2 to 5 years down the road does not align with this junk food eating, fountain pop drinking, sitting up in the casino all night long. I don't feel like that person aligns with who I am right now, with those things. And so I'm like, okay, those are things I enjoy. I'm not going to beat myself up about it. But if I see myself being this other person, like, how do I get there? You know what I mean? Does that make any sense? Does anybody relate to what I'm saying? Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret. I don't know. It's crazy to me the things I don't miss, you know, or I don't miss them as much as I thought I would. You know, like, I think it's been 7 weeks now since I've been to the casino, and I really haven't thought much about it. Like, when I'm talking to Valerie on the phone, we'll, like, joke and be like, oh my God, I could go to the casino tonight, right? But, like, I don't really miss it as much as I thought I would. Like, not being able to go to the casino. Not being able to go shopping and stuff like that. I don't miss that stuff. Going out to eat, I mean, sure, I like the options. I like sitting there and, you know, like having a meal with my husband in a restaurant, but I could take it or leave it. Like, all of the stuff that I've gotten, like spending more time with my dogs at home and, like, you know, cleaning up the house and, like, sitting on the back patio and just getting connected with people, like talking to them on the phone and whatever, like, I don't know. It's like the payoff for that is so much greater. And maybe that's me trying to take, like, everything that we've gone through or we're going through right now and being able to try to, I don't know, maybe I'm trying to talk myself into a change. Do you ever do that? Maybe I see myself being this person that I'd like to be, this person that's like, you know, I don't want to be this person that's just eats unhealthy and talks about getting into shape but never does it, and, you know, sits inside at a computer all day long. And I don't want that. Like, I want to be somebody that likes to be, I mean, I used to love to run outside, you know? I want to be that. I want to be somebody that gets excited about, like, eating really fresh fruit and salads and granola, you know, like with almond butter or something on it and honey and, like, blueberries, and that being my diet, and, you know, putting, like, really great food into my system and waking up every day and feeling energetic. I mean, I know why I don't feel great every day when I wake up. It's because look what I'm putting into my body. I'm, like, eating horribly, you know, and then I'm tired all the time, and I'm sedentary, and I'm not getting any exercise, and I know that that's not healthy for me, and it's not just about a health thing at this point. It's about, you know, like, I feel like right now I'm where my mom was when she got sober, where it was like, I don't care if I live 1 year or 10 more years or 100 more years, like, I want the quality of my life to improve. Like, that's why my mom got sober, you know, because my uncle had had a heart attack, and I think she was scared, like, we're on borrowed time, she used to always say. And so I think, like, for me, it's like, I kind of feel like I'm there, but not with the drinking, because I've been sober for 25 years. But with everything else, it's like, You know, it's like with reading the books. Like, I'm reading so much, and that was one of my goals this year. I'm watching all these shows. That was another one of my goals this year. You know, like, all these goals that I have set for myself, which may seem superficial in nature, right? It's like when I am accomplishing goals, or I feel like I'm being successful for the goals that I'm setting myself, and I think it's okay to set goals that are kind of fun and stupid sometimes, right? Like watching more Netflix shows. Like, for me, that extends that into relaxation and enjoying just being present and being, you know, in life. So that's why I'm like that too. But whenever I am like being successful in the goals that I set for myself, it makes me want to set even more goals. I don't know. Maybe I didn't even realize I was going through this until I started talking about it tonight. And I know I seem kind of all over the place, but I feel like some major positive change is coming. You know, manifest your destiny, right? Like, I don't know, maybe I'll start writing again and get real healthy, and weirder things have happened, right? I think so. All right, listen, you guys, I'm going to cut this off short here tonight because the battery is probably going to start blinking any minute anyway. I can't believe it's made it this long. I'm so over these. I have 3 batteries. They should be charged at all times. I figured it out the other day, just so you know, with doing a 3-hour vlog. So I get like anywhere between an hour and 20 minutes per battery, okay? So if I have all 3 hours completely charged, what I would do is, because I can do 2 hours out here, right? I would come out here during the day and I would do like an hour or show some stuff inside the house as well. And then I would come out here that night and do 2 hours, and then that would be over 3 hours, and then you'd have your 3-hour vlog. But I'd also have to keep on constantly charging the batteries because I can never figure out when the battery is going to be good and when it's going to die. You know what I mean? If you could manifest your destiny, what things would you manifest, you know? I think about that. Like, I've had on my list recently, you know, Aphrodite, the psychic. I know some people like him and some people don't. He's a good friend of mine. And he is such a believer in manifesting your destiny, like manifesting, like writing. He's, you know, like always told me, like, keep a manifestation journal, like where you like write down all of the things you want in your life. And I've recently been like, I mean, I have 15,000 journals in there, right? Well, 15,000 might be exaggerating, but I have 30, probably 50 different journals, you know? And I was like, okay, I need to pull one of these down and make like a manifestation journal where I like write what I want from my life, you know? And I'm a believer in that, you know? I'm a believer that, you know, talk about the positive things that you want in your life, and, you know, if you believe it, then you can achieve it, kind of thing. I really do believe that, you know? So anyway, yeah, let me know how you would, you know, do that, and how you would, what do you want? What do you want in your life? Put it in the comment section below. So anyway, okay, I'm gonna get this outro done over because I know I always just drag it out. Anyway, I hope you guys are having an amazing flashback. 2 steps and back around. I hope you guys enjoy this vlog. Thank you so much for watching it. I know it's shorter than usual, but that is because I want to watch Molly's game for tomorrow. So tomorrow I will do a longer vlog, I promise. Even though every vlog has been like an hour and 40 minutes to 2 hours in the last 2 weeks. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, please put a blue heart in the comment section below, as well as 2 big thumbs up. Well, you can only do 1, but you know, a thumbs up. Make sure that you're still, that you are still subscribed to my channel. I did go in and read the comments. The majority of people want a 3-hour vlog, which surprised me. So I thought there'd be at least a couple people in there that would be like, forget your 3-hour vlog. Anyway, thank you for watching this far. Also, put a bunch of emojis in there for essential workers, whatever you want to put that will make it real colorful in the comment section below, so that when essential workers come to my comment section, they can see that they are loved under there and that all the emojis are for them. Let's see what else. Also, next, I hope you guys are having an amazing Sunday, my favorite day of the week. Unless you have other plans, like I always say, don't have other plans. Make the most of your day. Do something fun today, like coming and joining the book club if I have this up in time for the book club, and do something that will make yourself, or you know, start a new book or a new series on Netflix or something fun. Just do something fun. Don't be busybody all day long and feel like you have to do a bunch of stuff. And yeah, do something that will make yourself proud when you look back on it a year from now, tomorrow, next week, 60 years from now, 69 years from now. Also, if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Make sure that you look at yourself in the mirror every single day and you tell yourself, I love you, you are valuable, you are important, you matter, you are worthy, you are a good person, and you deserve good things. Also, every night before you go to bed, say tomorrow is going to be an amazing day. I'm going to be happy, joyous, and free all day tomorrow. And when you get up in the morning, say, today is going to be an amazing day. I'm going to be happy, joyous, and free all day today. It's going to be the most amazing day. And if it isn't, if things get off kilter, you can just start your day over whenever you want. You say, okay, I'm starting my day over. I'm starting it over right now. And yeah, most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you. This is for you, Valerini. I love you. I miss you. Let somebody know how much they mean to you. My battery just started flashing. It's going to be dead in 2 seconds or 10 seconds, or I don't know. But anyway, make sure that you reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you. Just say, hey, I love you. Thank you for being my life. I care a lot about you. Also, practice random acts of kindness. And you can also do 2 people if you want, or 4. Or 6, or 5, or 3. As many as you want, or 20. You can do as many people as you want and reach out and let them know how much they mean to you. Also, practice random acts of kindness, but what? Don't tell anyone. Just do it because we're putting good out there in the world. We're trying to be good people. We're trying to be the best people that we can possibly be. And by doing random acts of kindness, we're putting good out there in the world. So do it. It'll make you feel better too, trust me, you'll feel better by doing it. And I think that's it. So anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I love you. Bye. Love you.